Hey, y'all, welcome to week 6. I am so excited. Listen, I don't know about you, but God has been meeting every week in our groups, and I know that the Lord's been doing the same thing for you. Listen, God's doing a new thing. He's doing a powerful thing. He's doing a transformative thing, and guess what? It's all happening inside of you and inside of this community. You were made for fellowship, and I'm so excited to share these opportunities with you. Listen, this week, this session, have you ever done a trust fall? Have you ever had to jump? Have you ever had to leap? Have you ever had to do something big? If you haven't, get ready. God's calling you to do something big. And there's only one way to follow him. You got to follow him. You got to go. So that's what we're talking about this week. We're talking about what does it mean for you to rest in him and allow him to carry you to that next place. I'm so excited. I can't even wait. Let's go over here right now. I got some people. Sometimes they act like they just got out of prison, but they just got free in the spirit. So welcome them. Here they come. Watch this. Check this out. Look at this here. Look at this here. What's up? What's up? Hey. Yo. Okay. All right. It's week 6, so I'm trying to turn up just a little bit. All right. Listen, I am so excited. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? You doing good? Yeah, listen. God's been meeting us in this place. In every session, he's been showing up. And what I've noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed, what I've noticed is each week he just kind of turns the heat up a little bit on us. And it all comes to a moment, to this opportunity that we have to do it, to get after him. What do you do with a disobedient God? When you recognize his sufficiency, when you see the power of who he is, you rest in him. Now, rest is a special word, because rest in him isn't just me resolving something in my mind. It's not just a theological treatise that I declare. No. It's not me making sense of God in my mind, but it's me reclining in God with my heart. It's the ability for my heart to rest in him. It's kind of like this. One of the stories I love to tell is my granddaddy. My granddaddy was a short man. He's a preacher, but he used to drive big old cars, like big old Cadillacs. I mean, I'm talking about Cadillacs. Cadillacs when they was Cadillacs, not these little short things. No, I'm talking about he drove a Cadillac that started back there at that wall and went all the way back to that wall. I'm talking about the Cadillac you couldn't drive like this. You had to drive like this. You know what I mean? Gig in the scene with my gangster lean. Hoo-hoo. You know what I mean? I'm talking about He used to drive this big old Cadillac, so short dude and big old car, and he used to pride himself on being able to drive from one part of the country all the way to the next. Ain't even got to stop and use the bathroom. Holy Spirit, take me all the way. You know what I mean? So I'll never forget, we're driving. My cousin's in the back seat, I'm in the back seat, my granddaddy's driving in the front, my grandmother's in the passenger seat, and I'm 17 years old. He leans back and he says, my name's Albert, but I'm a junior, but he couldn't find the energy to get the second syllable out, so he just called me June. He said, June, I'm going to sit back there and I'm going to let you drive and I'm going to shut my eyes. So I was like, whoa, Granddad's giving me the keys to the Cadillac. So I'm 17 years old. I get up and I'm driving. Granddad is behind me. Grandmother's sitting right here, and I'm driving. Y'all, I'm driving. I'm driving, I'm driving. And Granddaddy says, June, boy, speed this thing up. We want to get there before sunrise. I said, okay, Granddaddy. So I speed up 30, 45 seconds later. June, boy, slow this thing down. We ain't running no race, son. I said, okay, Granddaddy. So I slow down. 15, 16 seconds later. June, by this time, my grandmother, I could feel her getting irritated sitting over here in her sanctified soul. I could just feel the irritation. I never forget, she leaned over to look back to my granddad. She leaned back, she said, I thought you said you was going to shut your eyes. He gave me the keys. He got in the back seat. But in his heart, he never stopped driving. He was in the backseat. He was driving the whole time. So many of us, we give God the keys. We even get in the back seat. Lord, my life is yours. Yes, you're a good, good Father. Yes, we give it to him. We surrender. Lord, have your way. My life is yours. We give him the keys. We get in the back seat. But in our heart, you still driving. It's like that little kid that was acting bad in class, and he kept standing up, and the teacher was like, sit down, sit down. And he refused to sit down. She said, if you don't sit down, you will not get recess today. And he finally sat down. And he looked at his friends. He said, I'm sitting down on the outside, but on the inside, I'm still standing up. Some of us, many of us, on the inside, we're still standing up. That's why you'll never know the beauty of resting in him, because you're still standing in you. You don't know the relief. You don't know the release. You don't know what it is for his grace to overwhelm you, because you're resting in your own strength and not his power. What would it mean for you to shut your eyes and trust him? What would it mean for you to get in the back seat and go to sleep? Because the driver isn't some young 17-year-old kid that's excited to get in his granddaddy's Cadillac. But the driver is the creator and the maker of the whole universe and the whole world. He made all things, knows all things, sees all things. If you can trust anybody, if you can shut your eyes with anybody, it's him. There are moments, friends, where we just got to shut our eyes and trust him. You just got to leap. You just got to jump. You just got to leap in. You just got to go. You cannot stutter step. You cannot tiptoe your way and follow God. Either you're in or you're out. You got to shut your eyes and trust him. Where are the moments? Where are the places? This session is for the leapers in the room, for the people who've taken leaps of faith, for the people that have shut their eyes and trusted God. I want to hear some shut your eye, I shut my eyes stories. I want to hear some leaps of faith when you took a leap and God met you there. Or some of you may be like, I took a leap and I'm mid-air and I'm hoping, like the end of the month is coming. I'm hoping he gonna, I want to hear those stories too. Who's got a leap story? Who's got a leap story? Right here.
When I was married previously and I was 9 months pregnant, I was sick and tired of living just ungodly marriage. And so when I was 9 months pregnant, I left. And so it was scary, but it was freeing because God met me right there and took care of things from that point forward.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Anybody else? Greg.
When I first got saved, and I was very zealous in the Lord, and I was at the movie theater, and these two men in front of me, they were having an altercation, and they stood up to fight, huge men. And I stood up, and I said, you two will not fight. I said, in the name of Jesus, I bind those spirits. They looked at me, and whatever was in them just released, and they sat back down. And whatever was in me at that moment released, and I sat back down. And afterwards, I was walking out of the theater, and this guy, he comes up to me, goes, man, you impressed the hell out of me. It was a leap.
Wow.
It just rose up in me, and and that's all I got.
Wow. I believe that's enough. I believe that's enough. Wow. Wow. And Greg, you ain't even that big. Stand up, Greg. Look, you ain't even that big of a dude. Oh my goodness. Boy, you must have said that with a deep voice. It must have been real dark in the theater. It must have been dark. Like, oh Lord, what is that? Either that or you was at iPick. You was at the high-end theater. All right, who's got a shut your eyes and leap story? Who else has got a I shut my eyes and trusted God? Arlene?
I think for me, I grew up in a household where I had a lot of responsibilities, like either for my parents, for my siblings, for whomever. And I think I took a leap of faith when I chose to move out for college. Like I had a lot of like anxiety about just like staying home and taking care of everything. And I'm like, no, like I have to move out. And I think it was really hard at first. And I think God did support me in like living my own life and kind of like letting them be and handling their own stuff. But a big challenge was like not like giving it to God, but also like letting it stay with God, not taking it back.
Yeah.
So he met me where I was, and every day he's still like supporting that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Denise?
I think for me, it's the relationship with my mom, and we don't have a good relationship. And I think over the last maybe like 5 years, I've tried to force it, like what I think our relationship should be, what a mom should be. And I took a leap in just relying on God and trusting God that he will fill that void and provide for me in the which where I feel like she was lacking, and being at peace with who she is and allowing her to find her way without me forcing it and saying, this is who you should be, this is how it should be, and just kind of stepping away and removing myself and just praying about it and really leaning on God to fill that void and be who I need at this time in my life.
That's so good. That's so good. That's so good. We got time for one or two more. Yes, David.
For me, it's been my career. So 3 years ago, I walked away from a very, very comfortable job and position, and one that people would, highly respect. And I moved into something which I didn't know what that was going to be, and it took every toll on me mentally, physically, my family with 3 teenagers to support. And I can just say that God in that time showed me why he put me on this planet, and I'm able to do something that is beyond what I even ever imagined or thought.
Yeah.
And I'm just enjoying it to the max.
Yeah. And I know a little bit about David's story. That was 3 years ago. It wasn't great right off.
No.
So it's not like you take a leap and, oh, the angels catch me and I'm flying. No, it was a free fall for a little while.
Yep.
But to see God and what he's doing in your life now is unbelievable. I guess what I want you to understand is that the leap is a real leap. In rest, it's going to sound crazy to hear this, but you got to fight for rest. You got to fight for that place in him where you can really recline your heart and trust him. Some of you, God's calling you to leap. You want rest, but you refuse to leap. And if you're not willing to leap, you'll never get the rest. You got to leap. You got to take the jump. Listen to the words of my grandfather. You got to shut your eyes and trust him. As a matter of fact, everybody look at this camera right here. Everybody look right here at this camera. Point your finger to him like an old black man with drives a Cadillac. Point your finger and just say, shut your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Shut your eyes. Oh, come on. Y'all got to say it better than that. 1, 2, 3. Shut your eyes. What would it mean for you to shut your eyes and trust him? Y'all talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Let's shut your eyes. Shut your eyes and trust him. Come on, y'all.